talk a great deal about global agriculture. Well, there's a farm family in the Midwest that is making a major global move, and our Kristen Decker has that story.
Orion, the Nichols family is going on a mission to Africa, and this is no ordinary mission. They're going to be leaving their Midwestern farm for 6 to 10 years, and it's Phil Nichols' experience on the farm that's presenting him an interesting opportunity.
Rafiki first is the Swahili word for friend.
After learning about the Rafiki Foundation, which helps African orphans, Phil and Sarah Nichols left their Bible study and knew that they wanted to help.
As a grain farmer, I never fashioned myself to be a missionary. So when we started this journey back in May and we sent out our first mailing to some of our neighbor farmers and friends, I wasn't sure what their response would be, and I think some of them were taken a little aback, but by and large, they have just been really supportive.
To see the beauty of Africa, it is a beautiful place that we're going to, and we hear that the people there are wonderful.
The Nichols family has decided to dedicate 6 to 10 years of their lives living and teaching in a small African village.
A Rafiki village, like Tanzania for instance, it's just over 50 acres. So you have a 50-acre rectangle that Rafiki owns, and there's a fence around it, and there's cottages that the children stay in, and there's a school, and there's a dining facility, and there's even staffing for some of the overseas staff like us. So you have a small community where, you know, orphan care is taking place.
Well, I will be doing a number of tasks in the administrative areas at the village, between keeping records and making evaluations about children coming into the village. Also doing some supervising in the laundry and in the kitchen. It's my hope also, though, that I'll be able to teach in the preschool.
The goal of the Rafiki Foundation is to develop these African orphans to be godly contributors to their country. And they've decided to start an agriculture training program where Phil will serve as the agriculture director.
Clearly the need is there. These are very agrarian societies. On a daily basis, 60 to 70% of the people might have their hands in the soil. For these kids even to have a working understanding of agriculture and a vocabulary will be very important just as they reintegrate into their societies.
The oldest child in their Rafiki village is only 7 years old.
So I have some pretty young students, and obviously a lot of the work of training in agriculture will happen as they get older. So I have some years to get things up and running and ready and do some learning myself. I just want to see all those kids have a real level of comfort and understanding in agriculture. It's clear that not all of them, in fact, as well educated as these kids will be relative to their peers, it's likely that they're going to find, many of them will find themselves in places, they'll be very employable, and in some cases in leadership. So, but even at that, if these kids find themselves in places of leadership, their understanding of agriculture will be very important there as well.
As the program progresses in the years to come, children will learn the skills to provide food for their families and maybe even advance farming techniques for their country. The missionary work by the Nichols family is just another example of the importance of educating those about agriculture, whether it be here or in a country like Tanzania. You're probably wondering what's going to happen to their Midwestern farm. Well, it's staying in the family. Phil's cousin's son will be running the farm with assistance from Phil's son. And if you want to find more information about the Rafiki Foundation, you can visit their website, rafikifoundation.org.
Indeed, an interesting story and one that we will follow.
I've always been amazed by the commitment, the dedication, the faith of the folks on the mission field.